The LEGO Technic Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34 can actually drift. On the surface, it looks like a boring gray car, yet it is packed with so many cool mechanisms. It truly brings out the best of Technic. In order to see how, let's start with a box which has some cool artwork. Let's open it up and see what's inside. We get 8 numbered bags, 4 of the following tires, a massive sticker sheet, as well as the gorgeous instructions. Let's start to build it by inserting a gear axle into the Technic frame, plop in a differential, and add some axles on either side. These beam modules simply connect on the sides. Insert small black axles along with more lift arms on the top. Add the portal hubs here and then some shock absorbers. Place a small beam with a driving ring, insert a 20-tooth gear, and this appears to be some sort of gearbox. Secure the gears with a Hassan pin and connect some blue L-shaped beams on top. The following curly module ends up building the main frame structure. This is an interesting 90-degree gear block. It will be part of the hand of God steering mechanism. Reinforce it with several black beams. Build up the rear, and I love the exhaust pipe detail here. Add a license plate, lights, along with a beam on top of that. Secure the shock absorbers using several Technic elements. Here's how the chassis looks like so far. Slide in a changeover catch and put an axle with a lever through it. Connect some additional elements to the changeover catch. Add another beam and then build the following section, which is a moving part, contributing to the drifting function. Use several beams to connect the gearbox lever to the moving elements here. Notice these ball elements which appeared in the Liebherr crane. Attach them here and look at how flipping the gearbox will bring those caster wheels down. Expand the chassis outward, slide in some axles along with the linear clutch. Add a flip-flop beam and extend the axles even further. Add a Hassan pin here to reinforce the structure. Attach even more blue elements here. This is how the chassis looks so far. Attach a gear module for the hand of God steering, and the following section starts building the roof. 2 of these panel sections connect to each side of the chassis. Plop a driver's seat on the right side of the car. Let's begin on the front by inserting a differential into a Technic frame. Attach 2 arms that stick up on either side. You'll want to clamp in those Audi portal hubs and connect them to the differential. Next, take a pair of red shock absorbers and use them to create the fully independent suspension. This is how the front portion should look like. Merge it together with the rest of the chassis. Aren't these egg-shaped pieces absolutely fascinating to look at? They drive the 6 cylinders. Insert them above the front differential. Look at this awesome gear rack module. I have never seen these tiny Technic links before. Put the rack under the blue 12-tooth gear and connect the links to the portal hubs. Use a blue biscuit piece with Hassan pins on either side to keep everything in place. Add a 16-tooth gear on the axle. The chassis looks like an absolute beast so far. Let's start paneling up the top and make sure to add the hand of God knob here. Expand it forward with a large panel. Connect its sticker strip on both sides of the chassis. Next, build up the mudguards, and the panels themselves are actually printed. The guards are the only printed pieces in the car. Everything else uses stickers. The trunk cover with a nice blue spoiler is attached to the back of the car. Make the rear nice and flush with some curly Technic elements. These 2 doors connect to both sides of the car. Add the steering wheel here. Bring a gear knob to make the entire system work together. By spinning the hand of God knob, you'll make both the steering wheel turn as well as the front wheels themselves. Next, just make the shaping of the windshield with the following piece. Bring in the display console, place it behind the steering wheel, attach the front grille, add lights, and more shaping here. The front section truly looks gorgeous so far. Connect 2 mudguards, build the hood, insert it onto the car, attach the wheels, and put some discs on top of them. Before we look at the functions of the car, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more early Technic reviews before the official release date. Not to me, but to Racing Brick. No pressure though, due to the lack of pneumatics in this model. First of all, I need to get something off my chest. This was by far the most fun set to play with out of all the Technic 2025 releases so far. Seriously, while it may look just like another boring car, it is so much more than that. I even had more fun with this car than I did with either the new front loader or the March F1 cars, despite those having a cool transmission. You can just drive the car around like normal. However, by flipping the switch at the back, not only do you engage the gearbox, but you also bring those caster wheels down. Essentially, the gearbox makes it so that those front wheels drive the rear ones at a much faster speed thanks to multiple sets of 20 and 12-tooth gears. Whenever you move the car, those rear wheels are able to move much faster because the rear is slightly lifted. Instead, the back is being held up by those caster wheels, which allows you to move the car in drifting motions. It is truly a ton of fun to play with, and I've never seen such a creative feature in any Technic car. The car is truly made for play, and I will absolutely be modifying it to make it full RC while also preserving the drifting feature, so stay tuned for that. If you play with this car outside like I did, stuff will get inside those caster wheels, they become completely stuck, and I wish there was an easy way to remove them and clean them. How does the drivetrain work with that drifting feature? Well, if we open the hood, we will see the gorgeous 6-cylinder inline engine. Just look at it. In normal driving, only the front pair of wheels is connected to the engine. The rear set is completely disconnected. Whenever you engage the gearbox, the engine now drives all 4 wheels. However, the rear ones spin much faster due to some clever gear ratios. Also, remember that linear clutch we added during the building process? It never engages, and I absolutely see no reason for its existence. I think I'll remove it and replace it with a standard axle extender, as I think clutches are pretty lame. Speaking of the drivetrain, the car is quite bouncy thanks to having fully independent suspension on all 4 wheels. The travel on each wheel is quite decent. Beyond just looking at the engine when you lift up the hood, you also have a great view of the suspension and steering systems. I greatly appreciate whenever LEGO does not leave all the mechanisms completely covered up. Here, you're able to see much of what makes this car so special, and I absolutely love that. Of course, we have openable doors. On the left side, we get some canisters. On the right side, we have a working steering wheel. Why is it on the right? Well, this car is Japanese, and I actually had no idea that Japan was a left-side driving country until I built this set. On top of having exceptional functionality, it has impeccable aesthetics. Just look at the front. That grille, along with either of those headlights, make it truly incredible. I love the aesthetics of this car so much. There is so many little creative details, such as using a driving ring extender as the exhaust. I also greatly appreciate that the rear mudguards are printed. The rest are stickers, and even if you took them all off, it would still look exceptional. I personally think it looks better than many other Technic supercars such as the Lamborghini Cyan. This is the type of car I would personally love to own in the future, but here I can already live out my dream at a measly $140, which is an excellent deal considering it has 1,410 pieces, giving it a much better price to parts ratio than the Volvo front loader, which I already thought was decently priced. If I only had $175 to spend, meaning I had to pick between either the Volvo front loader or this Nissan Skyline, and under no circumstances could I buy both sets, I would absolutely get the Nissan Skyline instead of the wheel loader. Sure, the front loader has some cool mechanisms and gears, but I had so much more fun playing with the car. That drifting feature is something completely unexpected. This Fast and Furious car made me much happier than the Dom's Dodge Charger, which didn't even have a working steering wheel. I'm happy, but let's ask Huel if he's happy.
Huel, you happy?
Reasonably.
Well, if Huel is reasonably happy, that tells you everything you need to know about this set. Make sure to subscribe for more early reviews. Remember that Unbrick.me has early access, just like Racing Brick. No pressure though, no pressure. Which of the LEGO Technic Summer 2025 sets are you most excited for? Please let me know. If you're interested in learning about that Volvo wheel loader I mentioned, then click on the video in the bottom left corner, or click the recommended one on top of it. This is your Unbrick.me here, and I'll see you in the next one.